Come eat. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kayla Salenza. If you're not, welcome back. I am taking you through a full Monday to Friday of my dinner meals. I love dinner. Well, I love food in general, but dinner is really good just because there's so many options and so much you can do. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I eat on a typical basis, and hopefully it will give you some ideas. I'm not gonna do much talking. We're just gonna jump into the video. So sit back, relax, and I hope you're hungry. So we're starting with Monday's meal. I made this beef teriyaki stir fry recipe that I found on Pinterest. These are all the ingredients that I use. Some of the ingredients that were on the recipe I didn't have, so I just excluded them. But basically you need beef strips, veggies of your choice. I used broccoli, red pepper, and carrots. Rice for the carbs, onion and green onion for like some added flavor and toppings. And then for the sauce, you needed olive oil, pepper, black pepper, soy sauce, rice vinegar, maple syrup, and cornstarch. So basically, first thing I did is I took these very thin beef strips that I bought from Longo's, but you can get them anywhere, and I just cut them up into even thinner, smaller strips, just because I didn't want them to be too long. So basically, I cut them, I would say maybe like 1/2 inch wide, and then maybe like 3 or 4 inches long, and then I started marinating it. So I put the black pepper and the soy sauce on that. Then I set it to the side. Now it was time to make the sauce. So how I made that is I used 1/3 cup soy sauce, 1/4 cup water, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. The recipe also called for 1 tablespoon minced ginger and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper flakes, but I didn't have them nor really like them, and I never really cook with them, so I just excluded that. Here you can see I was actually I was mincing the garlic because I didn't have like pre-minced garlic. After that, I got my veggies ready, so I cut up all my broccoli, my peppers. Once all of the veggies were like washed and cut up, I put my beef into the pan. It was on about medium heat, and it cooked for, I would say, probably like 10 minutes or so. And that's because I used a lot of beef, but because it's really thin, just make sure you're keeping an eye on it because it does cook very fast. Next, I put a little bit of oil back in that same pan, and I cooked my veggies. When the veggies were cooked, I just re-added that beef into it so it could warm up again. And I just used that minute rice, so I just put it in the microwave. It's very quick and fast. And I just threw it all on the plate. I topped it with green onions and sesame seeds, and it looked amazing. I am not gonna lie, this beef teriyaki stir fry was unreal. I literally ate it for like 3 days straight because I had leftovers. I didn't get sick of it at all. It was so tasty and yummy. I've made a crap ton of stir fries over the years, but this was like the first time I did this particular recipe that I found off of Pinterest. Stir fries for the most part are like pretty basic. There's a protein, there's a carb, which is for the most part rice, vegetables, but what made it was the sauce. The homemade sauce was so good. Tuesday's dinner meal was also a recipe I found on Pinterest. I was honestly craving pasta, and I really haven't like found a good store-bought Alfredo sauce, or at least one that my fiance and I have like really love. So I really wanted to try and make one homemade, and honestly, this was chef's kiss. You definitely need to try it. So all of the ingredients I used include pasta. I used penne, chicken for your protein source, broccoli, and then for the sauce you need butter, olive oil, garlic, heavy cream, milk, salt, pepper, and lastly Parmesan cheese. So firstly, I plugged the air fryer in. This is where I always cook my chicken breast. I love how it comes out in the air fryer. Then I put the water in some pots to start boiling. I washed and cut up all the broccoli, and then once that was done, I put some chicken breast into the air fryer at 350 for about 25 minutes, and I switched them over like halfway through. Once the water was boiling, I added the broccoli into this small pot because I was going to boil them, steam them, get them really nice and green. Next, I measured out 2 cups of the penne pasta. Honestly, I wanted leftovers, but this was still kind of a lot for just my fiance and I.
The broccoli didn't take long at all to cook. Basically, I just wanted to be like not hard, just get a little bit soft, so I drained that. Then I got the sauce ready. For that, I used 1 cup of heavy cream in a pan and I cooked that until it started boiling. Once it was boiling, I added 1 cup of Parmesan cheese and constantly stirred it. At that point, I reduced the heat to medium-low and added in the milk again, constantly stirring until I achieved that like creamy consistency of Alfredo sauce. Then the pasta was done, so I drained that. Chicken was done, I cut it up, and I added everything into one big pot, mixed it all together, and it was so creamy and delicious and cheesy. If you want to add more cheese, you definitely can. And then for the veggies, I added the broccoli. It gave it some color. It was really nice touch to the pasta. And then I served myself a big plate of it. I added a little bit of more Parmesan cheese and chef's kiss.
I was a huge fan of this dinner. I'm half Italian, so you know your girl loves carbs. She loves her pasta, pizza, that kind of stuff, but pasta. But something that I've always struggled with when it comes to pasta is buying store-bought sauce. I, growing up, was so used to eating homemade sauce all the time, and now that I live on my own with my fiance, I don't really have time to make sauce or like really the space to make sauce, more so like tomato sauce. But when it comes to Alfredo sauce, I've tried so many different brands from like Walmart, Fortino's, Metro, like all of these grocery stores, and we've never really like loved the Alfredo sauce. So when I saw this recipe, I was like, okay, I need to give it a try because it's basically like a homemade sauce, because as you saw, I made everything from scratch. And holy heckin' bobs, it was so good. Like, I'm going to make that all the time, all the freaking time. My fiance is not a huge like pasta lover, but he was like really happy. He slurped his whole plate. So it turned out really good. I really enjoyed it. For sure, next time though, I'm gonna use like 1 cup of pasta. I used 2 cups and it just made so much. I didn't realize how much it was gonna make. So we did have leftovers, but I did kind of get sick of it. So I kind of just threw the rest out when I was done.
Wednesday's dinner we actually ordered out because my fiance got home kind of late from work and I had a long day and just really didn't have time to prepare anything. So we ended up ordering from our favorite wing place called Wings Up. We always get these boneless wings. They're like half honey garlic flavor and half honey barbecue flavored. It's super close to us, just like 2 or 3 minutes away. So we hopped in the car, picked it up instead of paying for delivery, because why would we do that? This is us just pulling in. This is literally our favorite place. No joke, we have it like once a week. I'm not even kidding you. And then on the way home, we actually also stopped at Mary Brown's to pick up onion rings. So we just walked in, parked inside, and these are what the wings look like. They're amazing. We generally eat like half of them and then have leftovers for the next day. And then these are the large onion rings. I really like them from Mary Brown's because they're not too thin, not too thick, and we were watching the Leaf game. This is me just eating it, honestly, so satisfying.
My favorite wings ever. I swear, if you live somewhere where there's a Wings Up, you need to try these boneless wings. They're so good, and honestly, they have like 20 different flavors that you can choose from. We always get the honey garlic and the honey barbecue because we just love them. I'm like really picky when it comes to barbecue, but honey barbecue, it's like not too sweet and it's not too much and it's just really good. I'm really not lying when I say we probably have those wings like once a week. If not once a week, we're having them for sure once every 2 weeks. It's definitely at the top of our list on like foods for eating out.
Thursday's dinner was inspired by Emily Mariko. If you're on TikTok, you know exactly who I'm talking about and what I am talking about. It is salmon bowls. This dinner has gone insanely viral. Like, I am telling you, so insanely viral over the past couple of weeks or like a month or so. So obviously I wanted to give it a try. It's pretty simple. Ingredients include rice, salmon, spices to taste. So I used pepper. I think that was pretty much it. Soya sauce and Japanese mayo. The key ingredient here is this Japanese mayo, which is sold at any like Japanese supermarket as well as Walmart and on Amazon. So firstly, I just washed, dried, and seasoned the salmon, and then I sprayed my pan. I usually cook salmon on like medium heat just because I don't want it to burn. So while those were cooking, I got the seaweed ready. Now I'm realizing I actually forgot to tell you that this is one of the key ingredients. I just got it from Walmart. It comes in like full sheets, as you could see, so I just cut it up into like smaller strips, kind of like thinking about like sushi size. So I flipped my salmon and now I'm getting the rice ready, Minute Maid rice. It's so simple and easy. I put it in for 90 seconds. When it was done, I put half of the packet on my plate, half of the packet on my fiance's plate. Salmon was ready by this time, so I just put it on top and like mashed it up into like smaller pieces. And then I added my soya sauce. I don't know which brand I'm using, but I get it from Walmart. And then I put on Japanese mayo, as you can see, and I kind of mixed it all together. This is what it looked like. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is me tasting it. After the first taste, I was like, okay, it's not too bad. Honestly, I hated it. It didn't taste good whatsoever.
This salmon bowl, I think I am the only person in the entire freaking world that did not like it, and I don't know what it is, because I love sushi, and especially I love Japanese mayo when they throw it in like the sushi rolls, the chicken teriyaki rolls, you know, they put it with like tempura and that kind of stuff. I love the Japanese mayo, but just the combination of everything, I don't know, like I took a few bites and I was like, okay, it doesn't taste awful. But then I kept taking a few more bites and a few more bites, and like instantly my stomach wasn't feeling well. Like it just wasn't liking the mixture of the rice, the salmon, the pepper, the soya sauce, the mayo. I don't know, it was not sitting well with me. So I ended up throwing that out, which is super unfortunate. And then I just threw a bunch of stuff in the air fryer because I was absolutely starving. I think I had like spring rolls, chicken breast, and then these like cheese like philos. I don't know how to describe it. They're like mini cheese pitas almost. I was so hungry, so I didn't want to take time again to make dinner because I just wanted to eat right then and there. And I wasn't going to record that because it was just kind of pointless. But yeah, I'm the only person in this world that didn't like this salmon bowl. I am sorry, Emily, but I don't know what it was.
Friday night dinner was super easy and chill. Once in a while, my fiance and I love having breakfast for dinner. I don't know why, but I feel like it tastes so much better at dinner time, and it just feels so comforting, especially after a long week. So basically, we just had eggs, toast, turkey bacon, and a random side of coconut shrimp. Don't ask. But that's what it looked like. They're really good. We get them from Walmart, I believe. So I just put the turkey bacon and the shrimp in the air fryer for about like 15 minutes. I had scrambled eggs. My fiance had basically scrambled eggs, but he made it with feta cheese. That's kind of what they look like. And then basically I just used Villaggio bread. This is my favorite toast bread. Took that out and toasted it with margarine. Honestly, I think we need a new toaster because ours kind of sucks, honestly. It's a Cuisinart and we got it from Costco when we like first got our condo, so it should be good, but ever since we bought it, we haven't really liked it. We've kind of just like dealt with it, so we've been kind of talking about possibly getting a new one. But anyways, this is me just putting my plate together. The turkey bacon was so hot, as you can see, I was like burning my hand. I just broke it up into like halves and threw that on my plate. And of course, I had to put ketchup on my eggs. If you don't eat ketchup on your eggs, what are you doing? And then we shared this coconut shrimp.
Last but not least, Friday, I had breakfast for dinner. Honestly, as a kid growing up, we did this probably like once a week. My mom loved making breakfast for dinner just because also she was very busy, but we just liked it and our family enjoyed it. I guess kind of because like we didn't really have time to have breakfast with each other throughout the week because my mom's going to work, my dad's going to work, we're going to school, and like mornings are really busy. So it's nice to like just have that breakfast feeling with your family still. I wouldn't say we do breakfast for dinner that often, maybe like once a month, maybe once every 2 months. So my fiance and I don't do it as much as I did as a kid, but we still love it and still enjoy it. Well, that is all for today's video. I hope I gave you guys some ideas and just like a little insight into what I eat for dinner like throughout the week. If you guys liked the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to me down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.